feature. Just like we told you last week, we'll be bringing the part 2 and the concluding part of the topic, moral decadency. But today we will be looking at it from the religious perspective, which is very, very important for us to discuss it. We cannot be discussing about moral decadence in the society without talking about the religious institution, their contributions, and how they are helping to cope the whole menace that we are having in the society. And yes, we still have our very guest we used last week here with us, because he is the best person for this conversation. He is Dr. Kayode George. Relative. Good to have you. Good to have you. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Joy. Good morning, Olori. Good morning, Lagosians. Good morning, Nigeria.
Thank you for answering our call again. Thank you.
The way you are saying the good morning, you are saying like you are the next governor or the
amen.
Amen. Good morning, Olori. Good morning.
Good morning, Lagosians.
Yes.
And good morning, Nigerians.
Good morning, Nigeria. Yes.
You know,
If God wills, why not?
Yeah, wills, why not?
You're fine.
Hides everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so last week we had this same topic, but we looked at it generally in the society and communities. And while in the course of the conversation, I said we'll be having a part 2, so we talk about religious. We touched a little bit of it, but that's a very broad thing. And so today we are focusing on religious institutions. We just want to talk about the religious bodies and their contributions. But I want to ask, what do religious traditions or institutions teach about moral decadency and its consequences generally, cutting across all religious bodies that you've had encounter with?
Yeah, thank you very much. Let me quickly correct an impression. You said the person is the best.
Okay, relatively best.
Best is relative. Only God is best.
Only God is best.
So I give that to God.
Okay.
We just our best. We know in part. God knows all. Yeah. So where we at, religion is also a very critical part of the people's culture. I think in this part of the world, religion has helped us in a way, is because we have an incursion of a foreign religion into our own life. We were idol worshippers. Fine, Islam came to liberate us from the occultic practices, from all those negatives of our lives. But at the same time, we also totally condemned everything we did in our religious activities before then, and just again wholeheartedly accepted and absorbed religions that were given to us. It's fine, they gave us education, able to read and write and all that. But I think that some aspect of our religious practice or of our cultural practice that we should have retained while we still, for instance, no, let me say, every religion is morally based. Every religion, Islam, Hare Krishna, whatever name, they are morally based. If you look at their tenets, their scriptures, they talk about morals. I mean, most of them use Exodus 20 as their basis. Don't kill, don't do this, which we also do in our natural, local, before they came. Killing was forbidden. You also know that when a young lady got married in those days, there was this expression of, was she a virgin? You know, the parents would present a white cloth for the husband to show that in Yoruba we say Obanileo, she's at home. And now everybody will rejoice, you know, they have brought pride, honor to the parents. But she's not at home is a disgrace to the parents. Now, the church that I know has something close to that. Until recent, or maybe for some time, they do pregnancy tests before marriage. That is to prevent premarital sexual intercourse or marriage. But are they all virgins?
Pregnancy test is not virginity test. Yes.
So that aspect of not holding on to that, where begging the girl, please just hold on till you're married, till you get married. If I remember one of our old days, the father would tell them, if you are virgin till you get married, I'll buy you a car. It's to encourage them to retain their humanity, their virginity. And we don't know that this virginity is a whole lot of things to the owner of the virginity. Even for men, to lose your virginity to anybody is not easy. We visualize it that we don't know it's affecting us. Now, when Jacob gave birth to the first son, he said, my strength. That this is the first shoot. Abi, what do you call it now? The first one, my strength. So it means that for a man, the first one is the strength of a man. For a woman, is the glory. So you can't just realize your glory and your strength to casual sex, casual friends, which we do. So our religions has not been able to help us to retain that part. And so we see sex as casual thing, which is really not helping us. I'm in them, they've tried their best, but we just didn't take that part of our culture into the religion we adopted.
Okay.
Again, let me set another example. In a family setting, when a woman, in marriage, let's say marriage, in Yoruba, and you know our culture is so close to the Jewish culture. Yoruba will say, that is, they carry the wife literally now from her father's house to the husband's house as an adopted daughter to the father of the husband. So that part of it is no longer taken seriously again, because they say now, the Bible that I know says, if on the wedding day they will want the parents, these children, they don't know. And so that gives the unexperienced, immature couple the boldness to tell the parents
that we are married, stay off.
Meanwhile, they are not mature to handle things. They never stayed together before. They're just learning to be together. And unfortunately, when they have issues, instead of them going back to their parents who know them from the beginning, they go elsewhere to people who don't know them. And so they all kind of counsel this, that, and they just scatter the whole thing for them.
Okay, I want to go to, if we look at the moral decadence we're about right now, how can religious teachings and doctrines or guidance on religious aspects, how can it affect or help someone to navigate the moral decadence when we talk about individuals and the community this person is becoming from?
Well, like I said, religion is morally based. So whoever does not want to be morally upright is on his own. The Bible has its standard, the dictates are there. Islam has its own, and every other religion, even traditional religion, they have their own. In fact, they don't go near each other's wives. The traditionalists, it's forbidden, whether dead or alive. But now we see leaders in other religions looking at it. We see so many things. So it's a very delicate thing we're discussing, so that we know how to handle it. But what I will say is, the leadership should be upright. These days we see so many things happening in religious institutions that are so discouraging. In some African countries, you see leaders telling their members to eat grass, to go to the water, to bath for money, to rituals, to all this, in the name of God. In the name of God. In the Bible, Ananias and Sapphira, they only told lies. It's their property, it's their money. It's their money.
Their money money.
Their money, their
that
property.
they decided to give.
There was an agreement among
of a certain amount they will give
by themselves.
By themselves.
Nobody forced them. They were not
Go
forced.
sell your things and bring for us to enlarge the church. But on their own, kept a part and they paid for it.
And it's because maybe they sold more than that, and that is 10 million and they had 15 million and say let's keep 5 million. It gave their given.
Now these days we hear leaders telling lies to each others. In fact, it's so painful to me as a Christian to hear that when people say, if I want to give a call to somebody, if you send me a Christian, say, no, forget that one. Let's talk about business. Leave church alone. It's so painful. It means that we have missed something. We have missed it. Before, government will tell, when you went to appoint ministers, when I was still young, they would say, help us look for Christians, Muslims who are genuine that we can appoint. When I was young, they were looking to the churches or the mosque for appointments. But it's no longer like that. So what happened? Leadership has failed us. We no longer claim, we no longer hold on to the tenet of the Bible we preach and the Quran we preach. We do something else. For the Christians, we hide under grace. We say we are under the dispensation. It's an abuse. It's an abuse.
Mercy over judgment.
Mercy over judgment. Say nobody. When you get to heaven, we know who is right, who is not right. We know who is right within us, our conscience. We know who is wrong, but we'll be claiming. It's because Jesus Christ has come to die, so we are under grace. If it's under at that time of Moses, look at Aaron's children. They misbehaved. Instantly they died, and God will win. Don't cry. How can you lose your sons and say God says don't cry? God told Moses, go to the mountain and go and lie. I'm killing you now. You're not getting to the promised land. So don't see those things again. Because we plead, God will hear.
I now say that the flesh is override the spirits that we're actually supposed to. Because the kind of religion we're talking about now, we can talk about Christian because we know the way.
Yes.
So can we now say the flesh and the society? You know, our environment, don't let me even say society, the environment we comprise of the society itself. Can we say the flesh have override the spirit that is supposed to be working in us? Because some will rather want to say, I don't want to be from this particular denomination or this denomination. Please don't bring that
at all.
Let us
deal with you as an individual.
Because the way you will be doing this business now will be different by the time
the business in.
And you now see it as opportunity, but we attend the same church now. Okay.
Somebody once said he will not employ anybody from his own church, that he will not be able to punish or correct you.
The society, it's in deep into us, and we have forgotten what we are supposed to bear. Because we're talking about moral decadence.
It is not new. Even in the Bible, the Israelites misbehaved. And God will punish them. He will forgive them. He will punish them.
That punishment now, you don't think.
Because he has delayed, justice has been delayed. So we think we have ample time to misbehave. Some people will tell you, when I sin, when I die, God go throw me. I will pass hell. God will throw me. So we trivialize serious matters in the name of religion. It's so bad. And again, we don't have, maybe so for some religious bodies, leaders who actually want to correct. For instance, the issue of the marriage, ladies coming in with the exposed body for marriage ceremony. Some churches will not allow you to come in. But some churches, don't worry, let them come.
We'll change when they come in.
They say it's your spirit, it's your heart that God wants, not your presentation. Well, that is a lie. As the heart is, so the body will reflect. So when we're saying that it is your heart we want and not your dressing, Then we are allowing it to gradually is going, and we see people exposing their body even in the church.
All right, let's hold you on to that. We have been discussing morals from a religious perspective. Let's go now. What of Mabu? I'm very rich on the conversation is too much here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. In as much as we talk about moral decadence, we are trying to restore the values. That's what family and value is all about. Trying to make the younger generation understand that certain things that are normal are not normal. And today we are talking about moral decadence from a religious perspective, because everybody in the society belongs to one religion.
Exactly.
All the other, nobody
Exactly.
is, everybody. There must be a religious institution that you belong to, whether you're traditionalist or Christian and Islam. There is particular one that you belong to, and we know that they uphold morals, just like our guest has made us to understand. And we know there's no religious body that will tell you we don't talk about morals or we don't address all those issues. Definitely they do. But what role does religious leaders and institutions do in or play in addressing moral decadence? Now let me give a very clear so that you understand better. These days when you get to churches, people pay tithes. Pastors are not interested where they got the money from. In fact, you see young boys parking cars and coming to say, Father bless me. I have seen where pastors, afars or imams will actually do work for people, say, so that you have clients or so that you have them do the work and you pay them, and then they say come and pay your tithes. And sometimes I ask, where in the Bible did we, or in the holy books did we lose them? So what role are they doing in addressing it?
Yeah, let me address that by going to the root of it. When God created man, he wanted to have a relationship with us forever. So, and the devil is a fallen angel. So he didn't want that plan to work. So he came in to man as serpent to deceive us, to disobey God. So there has been that war, either Cold War or whatever war you want to call it, between the right and the good. Wrong. So when something good, you're very happy about yourself. Even if it doesn't give you money, you say, wow, thank God I did it.
Yes.
But do something bad, you know why did I do it? You condemn yourself. But the devil that doesn't want us to align with God will also tell us to do the wrong thing. I think this is why the devil has also arranged some people to get to a leadership position in just bodies, to infiltrate, to dilute, and to destroy the structure. So we have fake leaders in every religion who are just there for the purpose of their belly or to destroy or to derail people. We have seen many stories where other pastors or imams messing up with young kids, with wives, in hotels.
Some
those can be men of God. But the moment they are mentioned, they are called leaders, is some signals to the young ones that I can also do it. So that's the issue. The wrong leaders, the fake ones, the satanic ones, even in Islamic they call it a satanic. The satanic leaders who was through the devil came into these religious bodies. We have all over. We have them. But it's just that, like I said, we are in the time of grace. God knows them. So that's why the Bible says, don't worry, let them grow. At the appropriate time, we will separate the wheat.
But is it not getting too long? This appropriate time. This appropriate time we are looking at. Because what we are seeing now is becoming alarming.
Now, let me focus on the Christianity. God has told us to go and win souls. Let everybody hear about it. They have no excuse. Either grace or no grace, delayed judgment or no delayed judgment. You will not have excuse that you did not hear. So churches are expanding. We are moving ahead, preaching the gospel. So at the time that, the Bible said, when the gospel is widely preached, then the end will come. because we don't know the end, so we are just behaving because now I'm 60, and so
they said he's coming.
I remember
Now you are 60.
I remember Paul Ogmefun. We went to his house one day. We used to go to the house Christmas while in the early 20s. The man told us, you children know Jesus is coming. No, me I'm over 80 now. When I was young like you, he said he's coming. We sold our dresses. I was only having one shirt and trouser, hoping that he will come next week. He has not come. I've gotten married. This is my grandchild. He's your friend. But don't lose hope. He's coming. That is what has happened to us. We lost hope. Just like the 10 virgins, we lost hope. Then I was 20, now I'm 60. He hasn't come.
Right.
So I said, this man has not even come. So what do I do now? So it's on the individual now that we take seriously what he has believed. No, then we really know that an end will come one day, either by death or by rapture or whatever. So how do I give account of myself? I used to tell my children, see, we have some regrets that we things we are regretting that if we knew we would have done better or would even have done at all when we were young. So I don't hope that you too will have to reduce the number of regrets you will have when you. So religion is first and foremost a personal thing. The church is just to guide us, to help us come together.
So
the leader, so it's the person now. Muslim talks about Al-Jannah, so he knows that when he dies, he will go to Al-Jannah. The Christian talk about, so when you die, where will you go? So let's stop blaming either leader will give account of himself. The pastor will tell God, the church you gave me,
this is how I did it.
I was eating their money, I was eating their women, I was doing everything. It is left to him. So it is the individual now that will say, okay.
I want to comment, Professor Agor. I don't want to use the word sin now. I want to use a common language. Because some will say, like, these ones are preaching. It's not about the preaching. It's about, we'll need to make emphasis to back up what we're discussing. Because we're talking about moral decadence in the religious aspect of what role it's playing. And I want to find out, in a situation whereby sin, disobedience, outlaw, going out of what the law has said, we will purposely just start one bad thing. Imagine a child that decides to just mutilate the father or the mother. It's still part of the outlaw now. So let's talk about not sin. When we say sin now, it will come to just the religion. But we should also, just like you said, our religious life should be our way of life. It's just on the church and the mosque, to help guide so that we take the right path. This is how we do it. You need to do our relation. When you go to the toilet, you need to do this. When you are the Christian, this is how we do it. Now, what role does this kind of crime play in our society?
Disobedience.
Disobedience.
Okay, fine.
Crime.
I was in Oyo.
Again,
okay.
How can we overcome it?
Okay. I was in Baptist Church Oyo sometimes 2-3 years back. I did that service, and the pastor told them, when you come out of the church, the U-turn, you have to go around to turn towards Ode, to turn. You are going this way, you are towards the center, you have to go like this. There's another one that is close to the entrance of the church, which is against the traffic law. So the pastor said, now some of you are using this place on Sundays, and it's wrong. If road safety catches you, don't call me, I'm your leader, I'm your father. Go and take the normal way. If you are truly our member here, go and turn and go the normal way. How long will it take you? You don't say, if they catch you, what if accident happens? You want to call me and say you are a disobedient child. We have told you. And I love that. I love that. So if many of our leaders will also throw that line, no, it's our let pardon him for now. Oh, pardon him for now. Let him face the law that he has disobeyed.
Some even said it is from the church and the mosque that disobedience starts.
Yes.
What do you have to say to that?
Like I said,
with this example now, they said, let us just let it go. One of us. They said it start from because they will do something wrong. You know this thing is wrong. Even as a citizen, let's put church aside now. As a citizen, because my pastor is the general manager of that particular establishment, and we are in the same church, I can always call my pastor now
and say
they don't arrest me. You understand? They said it's time for the church.
But do we know that everything we do is being recorded?
They don't know that
So
one.
that thing we are covering up is going to our record as a leader, because the Bible also says that we should not make your people to go into error as a leader. So if you mislead them, you are accountable for them that you have misled. And if you refuse to be led the right way, you are accountable for your sin. So that's what I'm saying, that this, I think religious education is very important. Religious education, that the churches will, but even the homes, should emphasize real education, theology. No, do you know? No, I teach theology in the Bible college.
Okay.
Now, Jesus Christ, even though he was God, he was Savior, he knew himself. He humbled himself to the authority. He learned from the mom. He should be learning. He should be teaching the mom. But he learned from the mother the language. He was going to the school. He learned the culture. He did everything as a human being. Even though he was more than us, he actually came to save us, but to show us the way, so that you could also tell. I mean, if you are not leading right, how can you now?
How can you now? Let me chip in this, because our time is fast. How can the religious institute promote and renew morals back to the society? And this, see, everywhere you see revival here, how can what are those things that they can do to promote morals and renew
we
back,
have said
back
it.
to the society?
Every church has their own tenets of faith. What we believe, what we don't believe. In fact, I've been to a few churches. We have to go through some classes to say, okay, welcome to our church. This is what we do. This is what we expect of you. It is there for every church. You know that after those training, we forget. So I think what we do is to be repeating it. Of course, there are punishments for offenses. So in churches, as I know, there are punishments for offenses. But some of us, like you say, want to jump offense, but God is watching. So if we truly know that, if we truly accept that what is a personal thing, that they've talked to me about God and I believe God, and so on our own, read the Bible, read the Quran, do what it says, and don't do what it says you should not do, and start this. If after all, everybody will die. I used to tell myself, let's even assume that this thing we call heaven or hell does not exist. And if God has given us the laws to help us to behave well, is it not enough for us to behave well? Even if we die, there is no heaven or there is no hell. Of course there is. These laws is for us to manage ourselves well. Don't kill, don't steal, don't covet. Is it not for our own good?
It is.
So why can't we just live our life based on those things, and everybody will be fine?
I think we just want to live our life, and because God has given us the opportunity to pick the good, the bad, and the ugly. So He's a God that is not just going to be rigid and in His love, as in His love is so generous to us. So He's not making it a rigid law that I created you. What I want to do, what you should do.
No, it's a free will.
It's a free will. So He wants it to come from us.
From us.
But if we have refused to, then
we'll give account. We'll give account.
And you know, we'll be like, which account? Who am I going to give account to? I say, I don't care. What in love?
Moses said to he told the people, I lift up to you. Choose life that you may live.
That you may live.
This is life, this is death. This is life that you may live. So the leader should be saying it every time. Choose life that you may live. If you choose death, you destroy yourself. They are saying it, but let us keep saying it.
Thank you very much. Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Which one do you want? Are you choosing the good or the bad? So thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you for answering us once again.
You're welcome, Joy, Valerie, and Uncle Steve.
Thank you.
My bon, Uncle Steve.
Thank you so much, sir. Okay, so you heard it. You have the option to choose. Do you want to be in the good side or say, I live a good life here, I will continue my good life there? But how well did you live that good life? And you know, God has created us not to even judge. So we're not here to judge, we're only here to let you know. Because that's what Matthew 7:7 said. Do not judge. Judge not so that you will not be judged. So we are not here to judge. But we are here to let you know that there is life after death. And that life after death, what story do you have to tell? You may think nobody's recording you. Wait till then. When everybody will come, I will see. It's another beautiful day, another beautiful Tuesday, and it's always with a beautiful difference coming in left, right, and center. How well you see it, how well you understand it, how well you want to know it. My name is Surimeni Oloriadejoke. David will be able to do a good walk with you this morning. Hope to see you tomorrow. Have a splendid and a wonderful day ahead. Bye from my side.